Let's talk about the truth about plant-based protein. Is it healthy or no? I had one of my clients say to me or thought that she was eating healthy, eating a certain plant-based food. And when I discussed it with her, she said, I didn't know that wasn't healthy. So that inspired me to do this video. Today, we're going to talk about plant-based protein. I am Robin-Nutritionist, and I connect with women over 40 to help us thrive in our bodies using food and nutrition, and also use food and nutrition to mitigate hormonal imbalances. Plant-based protein. Let me just first talk about the importance of protein in general. So as women over 40, we are losing muscle mass, and protein is very, very important to help us. It is a muscle building food. Also, protein helps us balance our weight, keep us away from blood sugar issues and insulin resistance. It's just so critical. The challenge is so much of what we eat are carbohydrates, the pastas, the breads, the chips, the crackers. 70% of what is on our plates generally are carbohydrates, which was working against us. Protein is a superfood for us as women of a certain age. Now, the world is saying, which is true in so many ways, that eating more plant or plant-based protein is better for the environment, and in some cases, better for your health. And it really depends on you, because sometimes animal protein really is a better choice for certain people, their blood types, and can't go into all of that in this video, but it is important. But plant-based, I understand people do it for health reasons, ethical reasons, other reasons why a person would go into the plant-based sector. Is plant-based protein healthy? I am going to give you a list of plant-based proteins that are absolutely beneficial and the ones that you want. Let me tell you about the ones that you want to add in to your diet, and then we're going to talk about the ones you're going to avoid. I'm going to take out my list here because I'm over 40 and maybe I might not remember. So first of all, when you are eating protein and it has all of the amino acids, there are 9 of them that work so beautifully in the body. And with plant-based protein, not all of the protein sources have all of those amino acids. One of the plant-based foods that does is soy, tofu, tempeh, and edamame. Here's where it gets tricky with soy. So I repeat, tofu in its tofu state, tempeh, and edamame. But when you go and you start taking that soy and processing it and you're making it into fake meat, that's when the game is changed. When you're adding in the oils and the sugars and all the preservatives and the salt, that's when that plant-based protein is not so much healthy for you. And in fact, can be more sodium rich than if you were to eat a turkey burger or a beef patty. When you're taking that soy and you're making hot dogs and all this other kind of meat substitutes, that's when that protein or that plant-based protein may no longer serve you. But when you are getting it as organic tofu or tempeh or edamame, that's the better form that you want to have. I understand if you want vegan junk food, go for it. But just know that on a regular basis, you want to eat it as much as you can in its tofu is processed in a sense, but when you're taking it into that level of the making it to meat and adding all the things in it, that's when it changes. Tofu, tempeh, go for it. And you can make wonderful things. I love tempeh tacos, and you can do so many things with that. Quinoa is another plant-based protein that has all of the amino acids. It masquerades as a carb as well, but it's really good for you. It's a muscle builder. Tofu, quinoa, amaranth is a good protein source. Buckwheat, Ezekiel bread, spirulina. These are all plant-based foods that are protein rich. Chia seeds, yeast, corn, Quorn. It is a concoction that is it's a fungus, not quite a mushroom, but it is also protein rich. And then people ask me, well, what about protein in vegetables or rice? There are traces of protein in other foods, but you want to get the plant-based protein that is highest with the amino acids. And the number one for that is the soy base. It has all the amino acids. I also use a soy-based plant protein that has the amino acids we need to make it a complete protein. All of this is just designed to give our bodies what it needs so that we can build muscle. So the answer to the question is plant-based protein healthy? Yes. But if you're taking it and processing it and making it into fake meat, that's when it becomes different with inflammatory oil, salt, and sugar that work against you overall. Go back to the list that I mentioned. Get you some good tofu and tempeh and put some quinoa in there and make a wonderful dish. Just make sure that every time you eat, you are making sure that you're getting 30 grams of protein is a number to shoot for because, again, that helps to build muscle and mitigate the decline. So 30 grams of protein is a good amount of protein to shoot for. You might have to have several cups of tofu to reach that. All right. So I'm asking you, please, to hit the subscribe, the like, send me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, also let me know. And if you want to connect, I do a personalized planning strategy workshop with you when you are a part of the Necessary Nutrition ecosystem. So I'd love to do that and connect with you. If you have any questions, again, hit the like, subscribe, all of those things that we're supposed to say out here in the YouTube street. And to say again, plant-based protein healthy, yes, unless you start to get into where they're making it into the fake meat. All right. Eat well, think well, and be well. This is Robin, nutritionist from Necessary Nutrition. I'll talk to you soon.